Master? Master! Sean? It can't be. Not you. How could that monster kill you? How dare he take your things? He'll pay for this, I swear. I'll hunt him to hell if I have to.
Her? What the hell is she doing here? Won't take long for a patrol to show up. I better get her out of the way. There you go. Looks like she's waking up.
Did you really think you could kill my master and get away with it? After running away with your tail between your legs? You thought a weak woman would never come after you, didn't you?
Mary. Like you said, your master didn't give us a choice. You're exhausted and really worked up.
I feel weak. But when I got here, I was full of anger and power. What has happened to me?
You had an overload you couldn't get rid of. Young technomancers are almost never told about things like that. It makes it harder for them to escape. You were alone and all that power took over. Now you're empty. You should rest.
I feel awful. Like I've been ripped to shreds inside.
The overload was too strong. You need help. I'll go find some medicine so you can recover. Here, take this. It'll prevent any internal bleeding and get you back on your feet.
I should thank you, shouldn't I? If I join you, will you teach me to control the overload?
I could teach you how to do that, yeah. Some people even learn to use the overload without suffering too much from its effects.
Are you going to sleep with me? Sean did.
If it happens, I want it to be because you wanted to, not because you feel you have to. You could help me a lot, Mary, but you're not my slave.
Maybe, but I want to survive. And if that's what it takes, it doesn't matter.
I'll say it again. You don't have to, Mary. You should only give your body to someone if you want to, not treat it like a piece of meat.
Before now, everyone used my body in exchange for my life, or for knowledge. I'll think about it. Thank you, Roy. Hello, Roy. Can I do something for you?
I was wondering... You don't want to change what you're wearing? Your dress is ripped to shreds. Not really, discreet.
This dress reminds me of who I am. It's a testimony of my shredded past. I've lost so much due to my ignorance. Today, I am what I am. A pariah. A renegade hunted by my peers. But also a new woman. Free to determine her own conventions. Without bonds.
I suppose I can understand that. You're a little lost here. It's your last link to your past life. All right, fine. We'll go on like that. How did you become apprentice to the warden of a prison camp?
It's a long story. I'm sorry. I really don't know you. I'd rather talk about it some other time.
What are the Abundance Technomancers like? Do they have the same status as here?
I don't know much about it. But from what I saw, the people are afraid of them, just like here, even though they'll never be allowed to hold the highest offices. But they're in the army. They're officers. They are not allowed to form cliques or teams. A master is simply allowed an apprentice, nothing more. They're primarily a military unit, for the battlefield, nothing more.
Why did you take the risk of following me? You would have kept your status and rank with abundance.
I was so angry, livid with rage. Sean had saved and protected me. I wanted to avenge him. Now I see that he was using me. But how was I to know that then, when he was all that I knew? I followed you for one reason, to kill you.
You said he saved you?
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't really want to talk about it.
I want to tell you something else. Come with me. I'd like to have you with me.
It would be a pleasure. I prefer it when I'm with you.
Mr. Temperance, I'm Devotion. General Honor Grant sent me. He'd like to talk to you.
Strange kind of invitation, seeing how they're looking for me.
I thought I had observed all the formalities. Please forgive me. If you fear for your life, please understand that the General does not currently wish you any harm.
Now that's a relief. Are you sure you're normal?
I believe so. On the other hand, I'm only following the orders I've been given. Given your current situation, I suggest you go to him through the Tyrville Underground.
You sure got the right name, don't you? Devoted and calm as they come. Yeah, all right, I'll go.
And me? Am I invited too?
I think you can come too. We didn't know Mr. Temperance had a companion. That explains why the invitation didn't mention you. Please forgive us.
I think I'd like to go too.
Okay, let's go together then.
Yes, what do you want?
The name's Roy. Roy Temperance. I have a meeting with General Honor Grant. I was told to come here.
Yes, you can enter.
Hi. You're expecting me, I think.
I am. Good to meet you.
Really? Mind telling me what you want from me?
I have heard you are being hunted as a renegade. Rest assured, I have no intention of giving you up to the Source. To be perfectly frank, I'll admit I'm not very fond of them, and they feel the same way about me. But I'm high enough up the ranks that they can't do much against me, or those who work for me.
Ah, I think I'm starting to see what you're getting at.
All right, listen. I'm trying to understand how they got so powerful. I am worried. So I decided to put together a group of people to find out. You already know Devotion. She's my eyes and sometimes my hand. I'd like you to join her in the group, but I'm sure you have questions.
I have one. You say you never liked technomancers, yet you ask Roy for help.
I know how to tell the difference between the technomancers from the Source and a renegade, girl. And even if you obviously have the same skills and are a bit disturbed, you'll understand that I'm not worried about you betraying me. Neither of you will find the Source and reveal the existence of my little group. And both your skills and knowledge of the enemy will be useful to me. More questions?
Fuck, you're even better than I remembered. I must be starting to get rusty. I'm too old for this business.
You've known me for ages. Why'd you accept this job?
You know me too. I'm not the kind to do something for sentimental reasons. I was always a bastard. Just ask Charity. I must have had an unhappy childhood. But I'm always practical, and I don't feel like dying just yet. I broke that contract, and even if you decided not to kill me, I would still be in shit.
You got yourself in it on your own.
It's true. Listen, I think the only way I can get out of this is by working for you. What do you say? You know I'm good.
You really think that after what you just did, I'm gonna hire you? Without mentioning how you're a turncoat?
Keep dreaming. But you know I won't have a choice anyway. I'll have to stick to you like glue and take part in the fight. Now it's up to you, of course.
He's pretty disgusting and doesn't seem very honest, but I like the way he speaks. He says funny things.
Listen to the chick. She walks around half naked and it's like there's a meltdown going on between her ears. You already got a nutcase with you. Why not a bastard?
All right, but I don't really know why I'm doing this. Maybe because I don't want to become a bastard like you. But I swear, if you betray me, you're a dead man.
You're really a great guy, Roy. Gotta say. Let me get my shit together and I'm all yours.
Roy, can I do something for you?
I was wondering... You still don't want to talk to me about your past?
I'm sorry, Roy. I promise that when it feels right, and I've had time to sort it out, I'll tell you my story.
I want to tell you something else. No, let's go. It's nothing.
Roy, you shouldn't let your friend walk around dressed like that. She sticks out a mile.
Don't be angry with him, madam. I want it to remain like this.
Cute, but not all there, huh? What do you two want?
Why do you worry so much about that child? Is he your apprentice?
No, I met him in the camp. He was lost and in real trouble. We escaped together. I guess that made us get closer to each other.
I see. Even if I don't really understand why you're doing all this for him. You're taking a lot of risks just for someone you escaped with. Are you sleeping with him?
Mary, not every human relationship is about sleeping with people. You can appreciate someone without doing that, especially with a kid.
Does that mean no?
Fuck yeah, that means no.
I mean, I didn't think the Technomancers looked after prisoner transport. How did the boy get mixed up in all that?
The Technomancers gained power at the end of the war. Now the right question is, what aren't they involved in? As for why Innocence does what he does, he's trying to understand what happened to his parents, and he's also pretty idealistic. He believes in the Resistance.
How can you believe in people who don't even have any special powers? He's gotta be really naive.
Maybe, but I think it's more than he really believes in their ideas.
Their ideas are obviously dangerous and make trouble.
You should go talk to the two women. See what they suggest.
The lady's right, Roy. We need allies, especially with all these people after us.
The lady's always right, Sugar. Go find the two girls. You'll see what they have to say.
Roy! I'm happy to see you. Even if Marco doesn't agree, I know we'll need you.
Like you needed Innocence.
Please, hear me out. You can't imagine how sorry I am about his arrest, but he wanted to take part in the attack. I think maybe we can help him escape when they decide to execute him. With your help, I'm sure we can do it. You know how important our ideas are to him. Marco didn't welcome you right, and he's still suspicious of you, but he's not the only one who makes decisions around here. Let's save him together, and then you can join us. We'll leave for Green Hope as soon as we free him. We hope we can weaken the Technomancers there.
That girl looks like she really believes what she's saying. But who is she?
That's Judy, one of the leaders of the Resistance. They're the people who are fighting against the politics here, and especially against the omnipotence of the Technomancers.
But you're one, and so am I. Do they hate us? Maybe we should say no. Once they've used us, they'll surely kill us.
I swear that won't happen. You're not like the ones who rule us. We're crushing the people of Aurora.
All right, I'll join you if you do everything you can to get Innocence out.
Thank you, Roy. Here, Innocence left his diary at the HQ. I think he'd prefer you to have it.
Roy, I wanted to tell you, I'm sorry about the boy. I know that he was like an apprentice to you.
Thanks, Mary. That's nice of you. I was wondering... Have you already come here to Greenhope?
No, never. I heard about it, of course. The battles here were so big. Abundance didn't want to lose the place. It was such a key part of their strength. But that's all. I think I can tell you now. I was born here, in Shadowlair. It didn't take long for the Source to find me. I think you had already left. Or I was too young, and you were too old for us to be together.
How did you end up in Abundance in that case?
My master at the time had to go fight, of course, and he wanted to take me with him. The Source wanted to refuse, but he had tremendous influence. I found myself on a battlefield, and I was horribly afraid. I think I panicked, and we were separated.
In the end, you went through what lots of other soldiers went through too. You were just luckier. Let's get back to my other questions. Why not talk to me about it?
I was afraid you'd abandon me to the Source. Of course, there are good masters there, but there are also... Anyway, I often served them when I was very young.
Listen, I'm sorry, Mary. I know some girls are abused, but... Anyway, it's over now. You're free of them. You must have a virtue name. Mary's not your real name, is it?
Right. I was called Mercy, but the name no longer means anything to me. Even if Sean used me, he helped me live again. He stopped me from going insane. He's the one who called me Mary. Just like the rags I'm wearing, I want to keep the name.
I understand. I'm not going to lecture you about changing your name. Let's get back to my other questions. I want to tell you something else. Come with me. I'd like to have you with me.
It would be a pleasure. I prefer it when I'm with you. Roy, I've given a great deal of thought about what you said to me. How it's for me to decide who I offer myself to. I really like you. You're really nice to me, and for the first time, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm not just something men wish to devour. If you want to, I certainly would. But I don't mean just physically. I want to be with you, truly.
You're not just saying that to save your own skin anymore. I've been hoping this would happen. What are you doing here?
I'm a farm worker.
Well, hey, and I'm the dowser. Yeah, sure. You wouldn't happen to be destroying the cops, would you?
No, I mean, I have my reasons. Now leave me alone.
Seeing as you say you got your reasons, tell me.
Maybe you didn't see what happened here, but I fought here. I saw my friends fall to the ground, and they weren't laughing. I saw the ground flowing with blood, so the men from Shadowlair could get rich. I saw men die just because the guild wanted to get bigger. I can't let them do that. I want them to pay for it. I won't let them use the bodies of my friends to feed the fat people in the city.
Is that man trying to tell us that we're eating his friends? Ugh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to get them to come back here. The water usually stays in the canals underground, but you just sprinkle a little around and they turn up.
You wasted water to destroy these crops? That's a bit much.
And you think our blood was nothing?
Listen, you're way off here. You're just gonna destroy yourself, and that's all you'll get out of it.
Is that a threat?
Let's call it a clear message. I was hired to help the farmers start their crops again. You see what I'm getting at?
I see. Listen, I'm just a soldier, a farm worker. All I want is to not feed the source.
There are other ways to fight, but don't stop the poor guys like you from working. And get out of this field.
I see. You're probably right. I should go.
So that's it. A whole mess of pre-turmoil artifacts. Kind of explains the Technomancer's excitement.
This is fascinating. We should study these more closely.
It's not really the time, Mary. We could get seen any second, and if we draw too much attention from the Technomancers, our mission doesn't stand a chance.
One thing is definitely certain. The treasures here are worth dying for. There's so much. Who wouldn't start a war?
Not just anyone, but Technomancers? Absolutely.
Please, get us out of here. They're doing terrible things. They use us for tests, expose us to the sun. Some of us have even been operated on. If we stay here, we'll die. Or worse. Help us. We haven't done anything to deserve any of this. I was just in the militia. Okay, I demonstrated against the Technomancers, but that's all.
Calm down. I'll get you out, all of you, but I can't break the door down. Do you know who has the key?
A Technomancer, of course. Their leader here, I think. He's really powerful and heartless.
It's horrible, Roy. I didn't think we Technomancers were capable of such senseless atrocity.
I don't feel like I have anything in common with them anymore. These people are sick. Their thirst for power has taken the place of their humanity.
Do you think I might become as callous as them? Lose my head?
You're a bit odd, sure, but no, you're not like them, Mary. Don't worry about it.
Do you have the key? Please hurry, some of us need help.
Here, I finally have the key. Take it and free your comrades.
Thank you. Thank you a million times. Wait. You're with the Resistance, right?
You could say that.
There was this guy who was part of it, too. He was a prisoner here. His name was Sam. Do you know him?
No. So I guess he's dead then?
He said all kinds of strange things. About a deal with Abundance and how they were going to attack Green Hope to help them.
What?
He spoke to someone called Marco. He said he succeeded. That Abundance agreed to help them. Sounds crazy, right? He must have been raving. Thank you again, in any case.
A man that recommends killing traitors while making deals with Abundance on the side? It's not easily explained.
The Technomancers were hit hard, so we have a chance to take them, and we can't pass it up.
We'll go then. You want one of your friends to come along?
I'd like Mary to come with us.
I keep asking myself why you drag her along with you. She's, bizarre. Never mind, we may be able to put her talents to use.
We're finally leaving Green Hope, fleeing before Abundance gets here, after shedding light on the activities of the Technomancers and weakening them. Not only did we sabotage their excavation site, but we also discovered the inhuman experiments they were carrying out on the defiant citizens of Aurora. We've won enough here for now, and hope they'll fall, along with the dowser that's backing them, so they'll have to confront their madness. I was even able to give the mutants here a hand. It may seem almost trivial, but it's still good news. Especially as I have lots of regrets. I would really have liked things to have turned out differently. I wish Marco hadn't betrayed us, that I hadn't had to kill him, that Green Hope had stayed ours. But we have to go on to the next chapter and keep moving forward. My dear Mary is with me, of course, as we march on the Source. Her help and support will be invaluable to me. Because the Tyrant will be well protected, and it's time we settled a few scores.
So all we have to do is enter this office, and it's done.
It's gotta end, and now is a good time. I need you to stay here while I sort this out with Judy.
You want to be alone with her and the old man? You think she's pretty? And you don't want me to distract you?
That's got nothing to do with it, Mary. There's no reason to be jealous. She's the new leader of the Resistance, that's all.
This is true. But I also know that she is fond of you. Please be careful. Trust yourself as I do. You are all I have.
Hey, don't worry. I'll be back soon. So, in the name of the Resistance and right ideas of freedom for the people, I've committed sabotage, spied, even killed. Including one of their leaders who thought he was doing good and committed betrayal for the benefit of Abundance. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Thanks to our actions, the Technomancers are now under constant Resistance surveillance. Their dreams of power are at an end, this time. It was suggested I command them, but I don't like the idea of holding all these people on a leash like I was. Mary once thought about joining them, but I convinced her to stay with me. Whatever the future holds, at least we'll meet it together. Tenacity has decided to hunt for the Resistance. He's looking for traitors. Everyone's suspected of participating in all the horrible things. That'll probably lead to a real cleansing. Judy hates the idea, but she can't stop the people from holding grudges. Aurora will have to set up a new government. I hope, of course, that it'll be less corrupt, but I'm not dreaming. There will always be tyrants ready to take over the guild, ready to dominate the people for their own ends. Judy will keep debating as usual to try to defend her dream. She did, of course, ask for my help, but to be honest, I'm not sure I belong among them. I'll be staying here for a while regardless, just to see how things pan out, because I know the conflict is far from over. Abundance will not give up so easily. The death of our Dowser and the recovery of Greenhope will give them the hope that they can crush us. And even if we still have a war hero, he'll soon be appearing before a court. If he's let off, I fear he'll be the leading opponent of the new government. Anyway, for the moment, life goes on and Aurora can now dream of a better future. One that Innocence, who sacrificed himself for this dream, will never know. And so I write the final words of the War Log of Innocent Smith to give it a proper ending. Farewell, kid.